Generally, we take indie to mean a game from a small studio, something that hasn't been developed or published by Ubisoft, Sony, Activision or the likes. But that line forever gets blurrier. The titles one person considers to be the best indie games on Xbox One might not be considered indie at all by another person. In this video, I will show you some best indie games on Xbox One. But before we start this video, please subscribe to my channel Games Puff and press the bell icon for more gaming videos. So without any further ado, let's start this video. The first game of this video is Superhot Mind Controlled Elite. Back in 2016, Superhot really was the most innovative shooter we'd played in years, and 4 years on, the series is still as exciting as ever. With new levels, cool weapons, more creative settings and excellent sound design and music, there's nothing quite like it. Superhot Mind Controlled Elite is what fans of the original have been waiting for, and it more than delivers. Pick it up now, play more, win more and uncover the secrets waiting for you. Next up we have Neon Abyss. With beautiful pixel art brought to life with bright neon colors and wonderfully absurd enemy designs, Neon Abyss is an absolute joy to play. Its bombastic soundtrack spurs you on through each dungeon, and if you die, when you die, you'll just shake it off, eager to jump back in. The sheer wealth of weapons and pickups available genuinely means that no two journeys through the abyss ever feel the same. The room layouts may look the same, but the chaos that happens within is completely different each time. Next up we have Neversong. Neversong did nothing but impress as I made my way through its weird and wonderful world. There's nothing quite like it, but if you're a fan of games like Night in the Woods or Limbo, then Neversong fits into a similar category. It will send shivers down your spine one moment and have you cackling the next despite its macabre and serious tone. Next up we have Yokus Island Express. Its rare and indie game is as endlessly joyous as Yokus Island Express. It's a game without stressors, without any grinding annoyances that get in the way of your enjoyment. Devoid of any real combat, it's a laid-back experience that lets you approach it at your own pace. Once I picked it up I found it very hard to put down, and for good reason. Yokus Island Express oozes charm and love from every pixel. It's plain to see how much care Villa Gorilla, the game's developer, has put into this. Next up we have 2 Point Hospital. 2 Point Hospital on console is simply a delight. Anyone who has fond memories of playing Theme Hospital will find themselves right at home here. Packed with challenge, wonderful humor and a flawless control scheme, it's very hard to find fault with anything 2 Point Hospital has to offer. Now if you'll excuse me, I have patients to tend to, and will you please stop dying in the corridors? Next up we have Outlast 2. By the end of the 7 grueling hours it took me to complete Outlast 2, I was sure of one thing. Red Barrels are a developer ahead of the game. They're a developer to watch out for, whatever they do next. The production values of Outlast 2 are head and shoulders above those of its predecessor, and the gameplay has been developed and refined to near perfection. Next up we have Moonlighter. Sometimes simplicity is best, and Moonlighter absolutely proves that. Its combination of 2 tried and tested genres into one finely tuned complete package is nothing short of wonderful. I'm itching to get back to that cathartic and enchanting loop of killing enemies, finding loot, and selling it on. Next up we have Dead Cells. Dead Cells is such an easy indie game to recommend. It's a game that oozes charm out of every pore. A game that is challenging but does a good job of easing you in. And a game that is simply a joy to play because of its fluidity and the range of combat options available. Some might find it a bit repetitive if they die too often, but after a short break they'll be back for more. Smashing multiple genres together with expertise, developer Motion Twin has created something rather special with Dead Cells. Next up we have Guacamelee 2. If you enjoyed the original Guacamelee, this sequel is an absolute must. It's not going to particularly surprise you in any way, but it's certainly going to have you grinning from ear to ear as you play. Also, if you liked the original Guacamelee, but found its platforming and bosses a little too hard in the latter stages, you'll find Guacamelee 2 to be much more enjoyable. Those who didn't like Guacamelee, however, won't really find anything here to change their minds. The last game of this video is Tricky Towers. Weirdbeard Games should be commended for creating such a simple, yet charming arcade puzzle game. Its single-player mode is useful for familiarizing yourself with the game, but this is, undeniably, a multiplayer spectacle. Don't take its cartoony appearance lightly. Tricky Towers could very well be the game that has you laughing and screaming with, or at, your friends for a long time to come. So that's the list of 10 best indie games for Xbox One that you can play in 2021. If you enjoy this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel Games Puff and press the bell icon for more gaming updates.